What's a stupid myth that's still floating around, that you can be promoted into a lower net income because of tax brackets? This is very different from the welfare cliff, which is very real. Creating a Facebook status that says "I do not give Facebook permission to use my photos or likeness or anything of that ilk, MSG is bad for you." Most people believe it, and those people probably have it at least once a week without knowing. Much better for you than Salt, the one about the USA spending millions designing a pen for space and the Russians just using a pencil. Having pencil shavings floating around up there would cause chaos. Daddy longlegs are the most venomous spider in the world, but their fangs can't pierce human skin. Rolling eyes face. I still hear this all the time and I hate being a smarty pants, but I usually have to chime in. Humans only use 10 of their brains. I'd where this could even come from. Why would any animal evolve an extremely expensive organ they only use 10 of? That the hymen is a virginity detector. Hymens do not work that way, they often stretch rather than break during sex. Lots of adult women who have had a lot of sex still have intact hymens, and the hymen can also break from non-sexual activities like riding a bike or a horse, during exercise, using a tampon or a menstrual cup. Using dish soap will strip the seasoning from your insert cooking dish. This was true back when lye was a common ingredient in dish soaps, but it's been gone from all major dish soap brands for 30 years now. That schizophrenia means multiple personalities. It doesn't. It means delusions. Some people hear voices with it, others don't. The voices are not personalities. These people are thinking of dissociative identity disorder. You can give someone pink eye by farting on their face even if the farter doesn't have pink eye themselves. The negative connotations of MSG. Guess what makes cheese and tomatoes taste good? Fish sauce and soy sauce. Condiments such as salsa, chimichurri, and aioli. That buzzword, umami? That's MSG. If you look on a lot of the ingredients of what you'll see it and shouldn't be surprised to see, MSG. Vaginas get permanently stretched out by dicks. Gay trans queer identities are a recent invention. Babies don't feel pain or not affected by pain incurred before they start forming permanent memories. Creating a Facebook status that says "I do not give Facebook permission to use my photos or likeness or anything of that ilk." Sugar makes kids hyper. Gum gets stuck in your system. You can get sick from the cold weather. You don't use 100 of your brain. Cracking knuckles causes arthritis. Vaccines are bad for you. If you shave, it grows back thicker. Psychological stress causes ulcers. Wait an hour before swimming. Just a couple from my MD brain. Rubbing an egg on you and putting it under your bed will drain the fever from your body and the egg will be boiled when it's done. Someone would have to have shit for brains to believe corrupt Donnie's lie of a rigged election. I mean, someone would have to be an absolute dumbfuck minion to believe that. Jerking off is bad for you. Edit. I was going to type masturbation makes you blind, but I had to pause and pick up my glasses from the floor. That if you put a frog in tepid water and slowly raise the temperature, the frog won't try to escape and save itself when the temp gets too high. Great for illustrating certain points, but completely untrue. That alchemy isn't real. It's responsible for the discovery of many of the elements on the period table and was the precursor to modern chemistry. That all food that pregnant women crave is food that their children will love. It can be true, and it is true a lot of the time. But my mother ate oysters like there was no tomorrow when she was pregnant with me. I despise oysters and have ever since I've tried them. The gender wage gap. If you account for different careers and, to a lesser extent, different employment time in that occupation, then the gap is so small it's statistically insignificant. Higher risk, which usually correlates with higher paying jobs, are typically sought by men in far greater numbers than women. So are STEM careers. That a vagina can be stretched out permanently. It's just a poor excuse to make women who enjoy sex feel bad. Drinking a gallon of water a day is safe and necessary, when in fact it is dangerous. I saw so many patients whose sodium levels were all kinds of messed up because of this challenge. They went practically insane trying to get water. It was scary. If you spend tens of thousands of dollars in debt, you'll get a piece of paper that simply makes you money with little effort and no hurt feelings. Blood of the covenant. Customer is right in terms of chaste. No, those are additions coined decades later. That a woman's vagina wears out from excessive sex with frequently changing partners. Mate, you can fit a whole friggin' baby through there and it goes back into shape, so your wiener ain't doing any damage to that. Or have you seen mothers with a large gaping hole in their crotch forcing them to walk like lizards? That pit bulls are the nicest and most gentle breed of dogs that couldn't hurt a fly. And it's always the owner that's the problem, not the dog. The 1973 Miami Dolphins have a champagne party every time an NFL team threatens their 13-0 record then loses. That black people don't feel pain as intensely as white people. Apparently this one goes around in healthcare settings. Flushed face. Virginity is actually real. The hymen break the first time, it's normal if the first time it hurt. Vaccines are bad and cause autism. Jehovah's Witnesses, it's just a religion, not a cult. You shouldn't go in the pool sea for 2 hours after you eat. You shouldn't bathe if you're on your period. Mussolini did some great things. Men being sexually assaulted or raped is rare. Men make up the majority of rape sexual assault victims when you include jail, and 43.7 in the civilian population. The lowest stat is 124, the highest is 130. That the human brain is not fully developed until age 25. The truth is, it doesn't stop developing at 25.